I was born in a shack in a red clay substrate sun on the field. The building was a simple storage shed for the farmer's harvest yield. Instead of baking in the sun, barbed wire fence running by. Long had been a single tree nearby for a leaflet shade. The old shed was roughly made, walls of vertical board, stained steel tar black, a roof with sheets of corrugated rust spotted galvanized tin. My mother bore down and moans of pain, the red wife wiped mother's forehead, wiped it with a damp cloth again and again. I arrived all wet, wailing, teary, weeping and sleepy, helpless and messy, piled out into life in a heap onto a fresh, once white sheet on a squeaky old bed. That lonely old blackened shack, stranded for a century, long time above bare red clay, was set on cedar posts no more than a foot or two high. There was one small window for light, a tiny tin stove for heat at night, an oil lamp for light, a front door fit for such a farmer's shed. In the night it was cold, in the day it was hot. It was my parents' home missionary home, a thing for them, a pride for what it was not. It was a vertical board, stained temporary abode. By its side, stretched long and straight, was a wire stock fence by the fence. Ran a dusty gravel road, to the other side was a pasture field. Set far in the middle of it was a revival tent, a place for Jesus' salvation to be revealed. Out there was my father's tent, camp meeting around it. All around it, old cars, trucks, and buses would unload. The near about rural folks coming to sing and weep in fellowship to testify the babe in glory will be born again, and otherwise repent. Soon we would move on. Soon the patchy army surplus tent would be gone. A new chapel would thereabouts eventually rise, built by the newly converted and organized. There in those chapels for decades, could even be a century or more. Getting closer to that now, good folks continue on with my father's mission, his great commission. They are keeping on in faith and song in a number of such places, organized for them by him, places to pray and repent, to heaven too long, to hell to dread, places for them to bow their head, sanctified to follow Jesus, for fellowship, for comfort of all sorrow, a place to testify, to wed and anoint their newly born, to gather and softly mourn over their beloved turned recently dead. The chapel's bells continue to regularly ring. Most of the folks within have no memory of the old tent, a thing long too worn, ripped, tattered and torn, too fully frayed and rent to ever again stand billowing in the wind. Now where it once stood, and that space, if properly credited, should be marked as sacred ground, is nothing but sparse grass with spots of cow dung dotted about, and interlacings of runs of red clay. Most of the folks who had come to that old tent put up along that winding highway, like my mother and my father, all that precious gospel-seeking throng.